Hello, I'm the Resolute Cartographer, and this is the 78th video of my Mass Effect Legendary Edition series. In the last video, we went and we helped out some Cerberus scientists that were trying to escape from Cerberus, and they're now working on the Crucible project. We also met Jacob Taylor. He was part of the group, basically trying to keep them safe. He, of course, was one of our crew members from the Normandy back in Mass Effect 2. Now, in this video, we're going to go where we basically stopped last time, because we continued exploring a little bit more of the space. We're now in orbit above an Asari planet where some help has been requested. The colony's gone dark, I believe, and it's going to be a little bit of a disturbing time. We're about to see Samara again for the first time since Mass Effect 2. Okay, Lasis.
Dig up any information on the mission, Liara?
I did, and I now understand why High Command wanted to hide it. We're headed to an Ardat Yakshi monastery.
Ardat Yakshi? Like Morinth?
Morinth chose to be a killer. These Ardat Yakshi isolated themselves to avoid that. But it doesn't mean they're harmless. Their urge to feed can be powerful. That's why High Command sent in commandos to investigate the monastery's distress signal.
So what's the plan, Doc?
If there was a chance the Ardat Yakshi could break loose, the commandos were to purge the monastery.
Purge? You mean destroy?
They would have brought heavy explosives with them, yes.
So, if you don't remember from Mass Effect 2, Ardat Yakshi are Asari that when they end up bonding with somebody, they actually kill them. So, yeah, unlike the other Asari where it's like the mind melding thing, they burn out the mind of whoever they make contact with.
Morinth was dangerous, but are the Ardat Yakshi this big of a threat?
Morinth was just hitting her stride. Ardat Yakshi who kill leave behind astronomical body counts. It's why they can never be free, and why they're such a great source of shame to the Asari. That's why High Command won't rest until this place is destroyed. They'd never risk a single Ardat Yakshi getting loose.
Don't assume anything. Maybe the Ardat Yakshi sent out the distress call. If the Asari want us to destroy this place, I need to know what happened.
Agreed. Once we give a report to High Command, they'll stop wasting lives here.
So yeah, everything about the system was like, nobody really wants to live here. This is kind of why. I mean, it is also the case where they said, like, this planet is right on the verge of Asari habitability, where it's like they can live here, but it's not very comfortable. Let's see, this used to be the heavy ammo crate for Mass Effect 2. It didn't look like it does anything now. Of course, those could be the bombs brought by the commandos. Okay, we got, what is this? Assault rifle stability dampener. Let's get in here.
No elevator.
Oh. I thought this was the elevator over here. Good of you to notice that, because I was about to, well, you can't, but if you could walk off ledges, I was literally about to walk off a ledge. Ooh, that's not a good sound.
Like nails on a chalkboard. And it's calling its buddies.
Oh man, this is creepy. I mean, I'm sure when this thing is well lit, it does not look this creepy, but this is pretty creepy in the dark.
Hear that?
Stay sharp.
What do we got over here?
I heard something.
That was my fault, sorry.
Pistol melee stunner. Galay's electronic signature. Okay, I'm not sure what that's all about. Man, it is quiet in here. PDA.
Delay. You won't believe what Yan has managed to smuggle in. A copy of Vanya. Meet us after supper in the library. Bring some study work. Reel is floor warden tonight, so act natural. We'll be by the East Video Banks. This is gonna be so great. See you there. Oh, and delete this once you listen to it. Not like last time.
So it looks like some folks were sitting here. I'm not sure what they were drinking. You know, I would say coffee if they're humans, but I don't know if coffee has really spread to the Asari, but it looks like they were sitting here. Something happened. Looks like somebody's head potentially even got smashed through the screen right here. Although I really thought that these screens were just energy projections, but it looks like there's actual literal glass there. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. What do we got here? A reminder, students are not allowed to visit each other's quarters or to meet in rooms unsupervised by staff. Students are also forbidden from extranet communication without approval by senior staff members. There will be no exceptions to these rules. First offenders will have their free time revoked for a month. Further violations will be met with confinement. Our monastery is for shelter. For it to remain that way, we have to make sacrifices. If we do this, I have faith that we can continue to enjoy the order and peace this place has given us. Matriarch Galay. Okay? So Galay is the headmaster, headmistress, I guess, of this place. And Galay's energy signature was something for that terminal over there. I'm not sure... crap. Okay, we got a couple of dead cannibals. And a dead Asari. What do we got over here? Sniper rifle, spare ammo, wall safe, 7,500. How is this not just looting? We just took 7,500 credits from that thing. I mean, I doubt anybody's coming back here for a long, long time, but still. To our staff and students, attached is our new daily schedule. Please note the wake-up time has been moved forward 15 minutes. Floor wardens can download chore lists later this week. Please see Matriarch Galay or myself if you have any questions or concerns. Sincerely, Superintendent Jethra. Okay, so wake up, breakfast, morning meditation, short period, chores, midday meal, classes, supper period, supper, evening meditation, free period, and curfew. So 2 hours to themselves every day. Every other minute is either sleep or being supervised by the staff here. Is this a commando? I think so. Unless the people here just dress like commandos.
Reapers. Explains why the commandos never called in.
This monastery's out of the way. What do the Reapers want with Ardat Yakshi?
Probably the genetic variability.
Anything useful?
A floor plan marked with the nav point location of a bomb. It's in some place called the Great Hall.
Guess the Asari decided this place had to go.
Ardat Yakshi or not, evacuating this place would have saved a lot of lives. If there's no survivors, let's get to the Great Hall and set off that bomb.
I mean, the only Reapers we've seen so far have been dead, and we've definitely been hearing Reaper Asari, so... Man, look at that. It's kind of beautiful out there. Alright, what do we got here? Nothing. Okay. Alright, let's get down this way. Nothing else out here? Oh.
Very good. I almost didn't hear you.
Samara!
It has been some time, Shepard. You are a most welcome sight. The corruption here runs deep. I assume you're here on your own, Justicar. Perhaps for something special? You are correct. 2 of my daughters live here, and I have come for them. Unfortunately, the Reapers had already infested this place by the time I arrived.
You met me hunting down your other Ardat Yakshi daughter. Are these ones just as dangerous?
Valer and Rila have followed the monastery's rules ever since they arrived. They've shown no inclination toward violence.
And you're here to save them?
They are my responsibility, and it's one that cannot be abandoned, even as our galaxy crumbles.
Let's go together. Maybe your daughters can tell us why the Reapers hit this place.
I suspect they will have much to tell us. It has been centuries since I last saw them. We're out of time. We'll meet again. I will draw these creatures off.
It is always impressive whenever she
Wait.
lights up like that.
Let's go.
Okay. Anything over here? Because we definitely go in the other direction to move forward. PDA.
I'm wounded. Bad. Give this to my bondmate, Weshra. Asked her to go to the Citadel and tell Weshra I love her. Tell her. Sorry we fought. fought. I was an idiot. Didn't mean any of it, Weshra. Want you to have everything of mine, okay? Love you. I love you so.
Whew. Now, I don't know, I was just a little confused by what you said. I want you to have everything. I would have
Reapers come all
assumed...
this way to wreck a monastery.
They'll invade everywhere eventually.
Yeah, but what makes Asari nuns a priority target?
Again, I think they're genetic material, but I would have assumed that bondmates would automatically get their loved ones... not remains. Remains, yes, but really what I'm talking about is everything they owned, all their belongings. Definitely going to be some sort of battle out here. I mean, this place is too well set up for that. For them not to put a battle in here. Also counting the first ammo we found since we showed up here.
What the hell's that?
What do you think that is? We've seen that before. Oh. See how they move. Good lord, this one is powerful. Okay, bring her back. Get the sniper rifle out. Oh, good lord. Okay, she's down. I seriously feel like that one was way stronger than the ones we encountered when we were doing the Leviathan DLC. And that's probably why he was responding to, like, what was that? Because this is the main story, that was DLC. So in all likelihood, this is when you're supposed to first encounter them. Plus it would make the most sense, being that we're in this Yakshi monastery and all that. Where are they coming from? I feel like I just saw that one just get off the ground over there. Oh, they're climbing out of holes in the wall. That makes some more sense.
That used to be a person. An Asari. What have the Reapers done?
You've seen husks, right? Oop. Oh, I think this is one of Samara's daughters. Oh, yep.
Mother, you came.
As soon as I was able. Shepard, this is Falere, my youngest. She and her sister Rila are Ardat Yakshi. They have
Mother, they have Rila.
What?
I saw some of those creatures take her into the Great Hall. I've been trying to get there.
What are the Reapers doing here?
Harvesting us. They're turning us into those monsters. Please, you can't let that happen to Rila.
So the question I've got is, does that mean that all of the Banshees are actually Ardat Yakshi? Because, I mean, it's not the case with other species where they pick individuals and turn them into husks or turn them into cannibals. Huh. Or maybe it was just easy to get access to this colony, and the Asari have effectively been protecting their homelands and their other colonies well enough that this one, being as weakly defended as it was because it was out of the way, as it was a little monastery where it's supposed to be out of the way and like basically not known of, maybe this is why they hit this place as hard as they have, to get these people.
The Asari thought the Ardat Yakshi were to blame for the attack.
This is our home. Most of us are grateful to be here. The monastery is a place Ardat Yakshi can achieve peace.
Falere speaks truthfully, Shepard. I vouch for her words, with pride.
Then we have to find Rila fast. The Great Hall has a bomb in it.
A bomb? What, didn't you come to rescue people?
We'll try, but we can't leave this place standing, Falere.
You sound like the Commandos. They didn't stop to help anyone.
Valere?
I'm sorry.
We are definitely here to help people, but
Valere!
this place is full of Reapers.
The Great Hall. She's looking for Rila.
We'll meet you there.
Please be swift.
Okay. Can we do anything with this? No. Let's keep moving.
You'd need a crowbar to pry those doors open.
Yeah.
This place was beautiful before the Reapers came.
Where the heck do we go from here? Is there something obvious that I'm not seeing here? Okay, she went down that way. We obviously can't go down that way. Maybe Liara could do her little biotic float thing down there, but neither James nor this shepherd have biotics, so... Oh.
Jethro, this is Galay. I've blocked extranet access. We don't need the students panicking about these Reaper rumors. Still, it will not hurt to tally our supplies. Please bring me an inventory before evening prayer. I'll contact Thessia later tonight to inquire what set the Asari to war. Go in peace.
Reaper rumors. So they were so out of the loop that they didn't even really get that the Reaper... Oh, okay. The Reaper invasion is a real thing. That was an amazing where every shot from that clip hit, but I still only managed to actually bring down one of them and heavily wound the other two. It's the difference between headshots and body shots, I guess. Alright, what do we got over here? Oh, we came in through the middle door there. That explains it. I was wondering why going back the way we came. Okay, I was gonna say, that can't be normal, right? Disciple. Okay, pistol. Some armor there. Medical station. Alright. Okay, that's the way we're going, but let's see if there's anything else up here. See if there's another safe. Okay, computer. Jethro. I had a new girl put in the holding chamber. The Justicar who brought her to us, Justicar Fora, said she had trouble convincing the prisoner coming to the monastery was necessary. This may explain why the girl lashed out at her guard. She's lucky Fora wasn't here for that. The Justicar's code would have demanded an execution. I'll question some of the other Justicars and the level of coercion Fora is permitted to use by the code. This isn't the first time her capturers arrived here terrified out of their wits, but it certainly will be the last. Okay, Maître Galay, and then we'll be out of here. Jethro, I've looked over this year's candidates for supervised visits to Thessia. I'm approving everyone but Yanis. She's impulsive, cunning, and worst of all, a romantic. Find me a worse combination to let outside our walls. I find it suspicious she was even nominated. Let's look into that and pray it's not Yanis manipulating another infatuation. It takes a great deal of time and effort to persuade Thessia's government to let our best students visit their own homeworld. Unless Yanis matures, she won't be among them. Maître Galay. Yeah, I mean, that sounds a lot like Morinth, basically, but under the control of these folks here. 5,000 credits. Let's keep moving. Alright. So, some of them, I don't actually assumed that the Asari that came here voluntarily, rather than become murderers, but it seems almost like... Okay, I just saw something over there on the right. Ah, that's right. But it sounds almost like some of the ones that potentially were already we're already murderers were brought here as well. Holy crap! Okay, I'm gonna wait a minute to get him up because he's literally right next. Oh, yep. Cannibals here too. I'm gonna get him up because she's not standing on top of him. Consider I am about to die. Okay. He's moved a little bit away. I wonder exactly how that system's supposed to work. It's just like, he's got the metagel already in his suit, and I just press a button and it dispenses. It seems kind of crappy for him, but he doesn't have control over that. that it? No, there's... There we go. Yeah, there's another one. Any more over here? Yeah. Kind of expected once the Banshee died, they would stop coming, but apparently not. Even though they have no chance without her. Alright. Let's get through here. Assault rifle, precision scope 2. Anything else in here? Let's check out these crates here. Is that the bomb? Probably. Okay, we got another door there. I'm wondering if clicking on this is going to trigger an event or something. May as well just...
Did the Asari plant those explosives, or did they mess up and die out here?
After what the Reapers did, they wouldn't rest until the bomb was in place.
Doc, your people aren't invincible.
No, trust me.
What we got over? Nothing. Okay. Really, thinking about coffee has made me wonder, like, has that spread beyond Earth? Because I keep seeing mugs that look like coffee cups, and I wonder if other... I'm sure other species have their own sorts of things like that. Ooh, what's this? Is that Samara?
We've found our bomb.
And Falaire.
Rila, wake up!
Falaire, Rila cannot hear us.
Look, she's still alive.
I know.
She is.
But I am afraid Rila is not well.
Rila's not one of them yet. She can't be. She just needs to wake up.
She's not one of them yet. I mean, it's a whole conversion process, I would assume. I mean, humans have to be put on dragon's teeth in order to be turned into Reapers. I can't imagine that it's something where it's just like an infection or something, because then they could use that just about anywhere. Let's see here.
Rila? Rila, can you hear me?
Uh-oh. She trying to kill her own sister?
Why did she do that?
Because they've begun to turn her into one of the Reaper's creatures.
How?
I'm sorry. Can we set off that bomb?
You got a detonator?
Commandos would have had one. We've got to find it.
Yeah.
Later.
Oh good, multiple. First one. Ah, crap. I meant to reload. I told James to move over here. Let's kill him. And her. Incinerate. I don't think that even hit her. I thought he would be able to take on a single husk. Let's bring them back. Medical station. Got her. Okay, there's just one left now. And she just got James again. Oh, okay.
For now, let's get back to that bomb.
Things are creepy as hell. It's really good that they're used fairly sparsely in the enemies, except for here.
Falaire, go! Take the elevator! Rila, what are you doing? It's too late for me. There are hundreds coming. Just go!
Move!
No! Rila! I love you. Rila!
Oh, man. You'd think that one of them could also help Shepard. Oh, God. Oh. Holy crap. Oh, God. Oh, God. Those fingers.
We're not your slaves.
These things are so intensely creepy. Oh, my God. So much more so than any of the other Reaper creatures.
Rila, there wasn't even time to say goodbye.
Few can break the Reaper's hold. Rila's will was extraordinary, as was her love for you.
We left her to die.
Rila made her choice, and it has reminded me of what is truly important. Why I swore I'd lay down my life.
What is that?
Falaire, the code demands an Ardat Yakshi cannot live outside a monastery that no longer exists.
What are you doing?
I'm sorry, Shepard. By the Justicar's code, there is only one way to save Falaire.
Good lord.
Mother, no!
What was the point
My
then?
daughters.
Oh.
You were all so much stronger. Let go.
What are you doing?
Fulfilling the code.
By throwing your life away?
I won't kill my last daughter.
You won't have to.
Falaire?
Huh.
I'll stay here. Home. No matter what's become of it.
Without a proper monastery,
I could have left any time. I don't need a building to honor my own code. And if the Reapers return, they won't take me alive. I promise.
Man.
then the code permits you to stay, as you are. Once this war is over, and if I am able, I will visit, as a Justicar should.
I'd understand if you wanted to help Falaire rebuild a home here.
It must wait now that I can help oppose the Reapers. I'll speak with Falaire, then join your forces. If you'll have me, of course.
I'd be honored.
The honor is mine, my friend.
Whew.
Everything's taken care of down here. Bring in the shuttle.
Right, Commander. I'll just follow the smoke.
I read your report, Commander. We had no idea the situation had deteriorated so quickly.
That's why I set off the bomb. There were no Ardat Yakshi left.
May the Ardat Yakshi find rest. What the Reapers did to them was monstrous. I had another team of commandos headed to the monastery who I can now formally transfer to Admiral Hackett's command. They'll serve you loyally, Commander. Farewell.
Okay, let's take a look at the war athens real quick just to see what we got from just that. Okay. Asari Commandos. Let's see. Asari Commandos train from an early age to control their minds and bodies, seeking the ultimate economy of thought and movement. They are taught that each shot and each decision be made without hesitation. While exact training methods vary among teams, all commandos are consummate professionals. Their ambushes, quick strikes, and clever tactics have bested larger, well-armed units in thousands of recorded conflicts. And yet, this entire team of Asari Commandos is worth less than Samara by herself. The Justicars are an ancient Asari order dedicated to finding and punishing those who would harm others. They rigidly adhere to the Justicar Code, a comprehensive, complicated list of laws. By assaulting the innocent, slaughtering the helpless, and refusing to acknowledge any authority above themselves, the Reapers are an affront to nearly everything the Code stands for. The Justicar Samara has set aside all other responsibilities, pledging to stop the Reapers even if it kills her. I mean, I'm going to say Samara is an extremely impressive individual, like very, very powerful, driven, and has centuries of training and combat under her belt, but it is still hilarious to me that this entire team of Asari Commandos is worth less than one of her. Okay. Alright, let's get back to the galaxy map. I want to see if there are any other systems we can take care of, and then we're going to go to the Citadel to do the meeting everybody in the bars and stuff like that. You know, it actually has been a while since we've talked to people.
There's a new message at your private terminal.
So we should probably talk to some folks too and see if they've got anything to say.
The Crucible project received some new tech from the Asari government.
I'm glad they've decided to help the war effort.
Everybody has to fight now, no matter how pretty you are. I learned that the hard way.
Alright. Asari squad ready from Corrine LeMays. Commander Shepard, as of an hour ago, Asari High Command has assigned my squad to support you. We will ride with the 2nd Fleet until it is time to deploy. If you allow me a personal note, I knew a few of the commandos that went down to that monastery. Nothing will bring them back, but hearing that place went up in smoke is the only good news I've heard in weeks. Ready to serve, Captain Corrine LeMays. Headed for the front lines. From Samara. Shepard, I've finished my business on Lesus. I would offer to travel once again with you on the Normandy, but the code dictates I join the fight where it is most dire. While you do your essential work, I'll do my best to hold the front. Before I depart, I'll return to the Citadel for a short time to prepare. If it does not interfere with your duties, come find me there, Samara. Citadel meetup from Jacob Taylor. Hey Shepard, this Crucible project is intense. Brent and the others are on it around the clock. Pretty soon I'll have to make a run to the Citadel to pick up some equipment at the hospital. If you've got some time, want to meet me there? Things were so crazy on Jelix. It'd be good to see you in a quieter place, you know? Hope to see you around, Jacob. Crucible meetup from Bryn Cole. Dear Commander Shepard, thank you again for all you did to get our group out of that facility on Jelix. Admiral Hackett is an amazing man and it's a privilege to work under him. The construction of the Crucible is presenting its challenges, but my team and I are determined to crack its mysteries. Although I never rely on luck, in this instance I fear we may need it a little. Stay safe, Commander. I hope our paths cross again. Sincerely, Dr. Bryn Cole. Okay, let's talk to these folks real quick before we move on.
Commander?
Nothing to say there. Let's go check with Edie and Joker.
Damn, I could really use something to shoot right now.
What are you doing, Edie?
Monitoring reports of proton storms and other space weather. With the Reapers attacking the convoy systems, critical warnings may be lost.
How bad are these storms?
If we are warned, not bad. If we're not warned, very bad.
Thanks for the info, Edie.
It is really damn good that we've got her on board this ship. I mean, I don't know that we'd really be able to do this without her.
Glad you talked Samara down.
I never thought I'd see her flinch from her duty.
I don't know. On one hand, that code's all she's had to live by for, God, centuries. And the galaxy goes to hell. The old rules don't cut it anymore. I mean, we're cutting some corners, right?
A few.
Well, the Alliance can always court-martial us after we save the galaxy.
Couple things. First of all, it was absolutely stunning to see what Samara was just about to do, kill herself, in order to keep herself from fulfilling the code and be forced to kill her own daughter. I mean, that was... I can't even imagine being in that kind of circumstance. But beyond that, like, imagine you finish saving the galaxy, And then you get some up-and-coming bureaucrats that decide that they're gonna turn you into the villain. And so they start, like, attacking you for making all these diplomatic deals that, like, Commander Shepard, it's like, were you making deals with the Asari while you were simply a commander in the in the Alliance Navy? This is unacceptable.
Hey, Commander. I dug out some letters my youngest sister wrote when she was in high school. She was having a hard time. Teen drama and all that. Just needed her big sis. I guess with everything that happened down there, I just wanted to read them again. You sure make some unusual friends, Shepard. That is not a side of the Asari I ever want to see.
Yeah.
Shepard?
It's odd that we can't have a real conversation with her. Like, talking with her is like talking to Kasumi or to Zaid.
So, Udina finally went over the edge. I never really liked the man. Now I know why. Hello, Commander.
Alright. Let's see if there's anybody in here. Nope. Okay. I mean, we found Edie in there once, but we also just found her on the bridge as well, so that would be very strange. It's like she starts producing new copies of herself, and you just find them walking around the ship all over the place. It's, Edie, this is making people nervous. Let's see... Huh. No Garrus. He must be somewhere else at the moment. Let's go check in with Liara.
Have we found any new engineers for the Crucible glyph?
5 ex-Sonax Industries scientists who attempted to reverse engineer Prothean technology stolen from planet Garvuk. They are technically still wanted by the Council for hiding Prothean technology. As well, Sonax's part in instigating an illegal war on Garvuk.
I'm sure the Council will forgive that for helping with the Crucible. Extend those scientists amnesty and an invitation.
Right away.
God, they actually started a war on the planet in order to be able to sneak their people in to get the resources up. Wow, okay.
Poor Rila. But I'm glad she set off that bomb, Shepard.
Yeah.
You're not upset the monastery was destroyed?
No, not after what I saw. I don't care that they were Ardat Yakshi. To be turned into such creatures, nobody deserves that. Thanks for coming by.
You have to wonder how many Ardat Yakshi there were. Okay. Email from Jacob Taylor to Dr. Bryn Cole. This is creepy. This is basically from boyfriend to girlfriend, and Liara just intercepted this. I miss you, Bryn, but I'm glad you're back there. The fighting's gonna get tough when we push out with Crucible. I've gotten the cold shoulder from people who know I used to work with Cerberus. Can't say I blame them, especially after what happened on the Citadel. I've been able to teach other soldiers how Cerberus fights, though. They may be wearing new equipment, but I know their tactics. I love you, Bryn. Take care of yourself. Correspondence from Classified Alliance Project staff. Dear Loke, I was working on that problem you sent me last night, and I think I found a solution for synchronizing the Crucible's energy bursts. Punch the attached capacitor redesign into your projections. It should shave 3.6 milliseconds off the Mass Effect field's activation time. You can see where that leads. If you approve, I'll send the schematic to manufacturing. We need roughly 250,000 by tomorrow morning for testing. Holy crap. This gives you a real view of what is going on with this project and like the sheer effort that's involved with this. Because first of all, they've got something here that's going to shave 3.6 milliseconds off of it, and they're producing 250,000 of them overnight. I mean, the actual the logistics behind this kind of stuff, and I guarantee you they're using 3D printers and stuff like that, but it's still insane. The amount of material and effort that's got to be thrown behind this thing. Amazing. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, normally if there's something over here, it's Liara. She's, of course, over there. Let's check with this. Galay's electronic signature. Matriarch Galay was an Asari of some importance with connections to Asari High Command and the Council itself. Her electronic signature can be used once before security protocols realize it has been activated by someone else. Galay's contracts can open elite training facilities for reconditioning soldiers, or on the behalf of the Asari Embassy, grant someone a discount on all Citadel stores. That sounds horrible. Like using a dead woman's thing to give yourself discounts at stores. Let's see what we got here. Let's go with Power Boost, because honestly, that feels like something she would approve of versus something that just feels creepy. The barrel of the Reaper weapon can be dismantled for further study. If the miniaturized energy cells powering the gun's systems are taken apart, it could lead to improvements in damage the weapon can deal. However, an examination of the heat venting system could instead provide a means to maximize thermal clip storage. I wonder why we can't do both, but let's see. I want ammo capacity. Okay. Alright.
At your service.
We're done here, so let's go ahead and head down to engineering and see what's going on down there. Check in with Diana Allers first.
I'm falling down tired. I need a folding chair or something.
You do have a bed over there, and there's also a chair right here. You could maybe wheel the chair over.
I talked with Williams. Between the 212, Horizon, and the Council's other guards, it's like death just follows her around. Do we need to talk, Commander?
Not right now, Allers.
Let me know when we do.
Like that, other than like the little canned responses she can give you when you click on her at certain times in the mission, the only other thing you can do with her is kick her off the ship.
Not sure what to think about that little mech dog roaming the ship.
You mean Sophie? I think she's cute.
What purpose does she serve?
I guess I have a soft spot for worthless dogs. Look how long I've been with you.
That's good.
Commander.
Nothing to report.
Commander.
Okay. Engineering team's all good. Let's go check in with Javik. Actually, I haven't looked down here yet. Well, around now, I mean, because we've looked down here before, but people seem to move. So it wouldn't hurt to check. Nope, nothing. Alright, to Javik. Okay, let's head down further.
I've always loved the M35 Mako. It's got heart, you know?
Oh, come on. The M44 Hammerhead is vastly superior.
Come on, that thing's made of tissue paper. At least the Mako can take a few hits.
I'd hope so. That thing handles like a drunk rhino. No agility whatsoever.
More like a bull that can climb and climb for days.
It only climbs because of its stupid, vertically aligned Mass Effect fields. Jump or stick. No speed. No lateral movement.
Hey, with a cannon like that, who needs to move?
If you want that, why don't you just stick with the old M29 Grizzly?
Hey, I love that tank.
You would be one to love grizzly bears, Mr. Vega.
What? What's so funny?
So, question, where the hell are Javik and Garrus? Did I just miss them some? I don't know.
Shepard, thanks again for being there at the refugee memorial. I feel better. Everything's so much clearer now.
Glad I could help.
I didn't know he was about to respond, so I was going to ask.
You know, next time we're at the Citadel, I think I might hit a nightclub. You should join me. The next time you blow up a monastery, let me know you've left the premises, okay? I worry about you.
Hey, what about me, Esteban? I was there too.
I assume your legs run off as much as your mouth does. No explosion can catch you, Mr. Vega.
I like their banter.
Is everything okay, Shepard?
Alright, I think that's it. Let's go check in with James.
Hey.
Wow. A lot to say there. Okay. Seriously, where is Garrus and Javik? Maybe I missed them and they're in the guns and maybe they're I don't know. I didn't check the port observation. I just realized that.
Everybody was fighting Arachni, trying to push them back through the relay. Finally, the Krogan were turned loose and stopped them.
I see.
But when the Krogan rebelled, we had to deploy the genophage to stop them. Wasn't the only rebellion. 1,000 years later, the Geth revolted against the Quarians. That was a whole other war. Then along came the humans. My own people tangled with them for a while, and now, to top it all off, we've got the Reapers. What about you?
The Ouroboros fought the Densorin. The Andoromai conquered the Vandomai, and the Jatil turned against the Shah.
So, I guess nobody really ever gets their act together.
The Sinriel claimed to have found the path to eternal peace.
What happened?
The Ditaka preferred war and wiped them out.
I hope you guys had alcohol.
Some of the crew seem shocked by the monstrosities we have encountered. They haven't seen what the Reapers could corrupt after 100 years. That was our war. Every battle conjured a new nightmare. This human holds such childish views of war. Your species has much to learn.
I like how we haven't even heard anything that this person said, and he's just like, oh, they're such a fool.
Commander,
It says it right in front of him, too.
Samara's the kind of soldier we need in this war. Nothing gets in her way. I just hope I'm not in her way someday. That woman means business.
Indeed.
Now it's a mutated Asari. The Reapers are just a giant nightmare factory that never ends. I can only imagine what the Reapers are doing to the Drell, or the Hanar, or the Vorcha. This could get a lot worse before it gets better. So who needs their ass kicked now?
I can't even imagine what
It's a
the
brilliant
Reapers would do with the
tactic,
Hanar.
when you think about it.
But it's evil.
When has that ever mattered in war?
Yeah, but converting other life forms into Reapers? I can't wrap my head around that.
Makes sense to me. It ensures you never run out of cannon fodder. Eliminates any local resistance. And for every soldier you add, your enemy loses two. The one you converted, and his buddy on the other side who can't pull the trigger on a friend.
You sound like you admire them.
Same way I admire a virus or a thresher maw. They've adapted perfectly to their situation.
But the Reapers want to destroy us.
And I have no intention of letting them. But if you don't respect your enemy's capabilities, you're in for one nasty surprise after another.
Alright. Let's head back up to the galaxy map. Okay. So, a couple places I wanted to check. First of all, the Hades Nexus. I don't think the Hades Nexus is showing up on the map yet, even though we have multiple missions that are supposed to take us to the Hades Nexus, and I don't really know why that's the case. I think there's still some, yeah, there's still some fuel here in the Pelion system, and the Reapers should have been, yep, because we spent some time in that monastery. We're fine now. Good, full load of fuel now. Okay, so let's take a look at the galaxy map, because again, the Hades Nexus is supposed to be like up over here, but it's not yet. So actually, wasn't it further north? I can't remember exactly, but I think we've been to basically everywhere else that we can go to, other than, well, obviously the main quest in the Far Rim. What is that all about? Why is it all wavy? I guess it's wavy in general. I'm just noticing it for the first time. We've been to all these other systems. Yeah. Okay, the Horsehead Nebula we've been to, even if it's not currently under attack by the Reapers. Kael'stone Rift is currently under attack by the Reapers. I don't know why it's showing up like that. Pylos Nebula we've been to. Anno's Basin is typically where I go to get fuel, so that's the home systems for the Solarians. I want to check the Athena Nebula just because I can't remember whether or not we've been there, and then we'll go to the Citadel. I don't remember. Let's just check this real quick. I have not been here. That's definitely the case, because one of these systems at least has to have something that I can scan for, right? Tevura. Tevra is a hydrogen-methane ice giant with a core of frozen ammonia and trace hydrocarbons. The world is named for the ancient Asari goddess of love, sex, travel, and law, spheres of influence whose overlap initially baffled human xenoanthropologists. Asari reproductive instincts are strongly exogamous, and before alien contact, their instincts sent the Asari roaming outside their kinship groups to avoid mating with relatives. The journeys necessitated a system of rules governing guests, fugitives, and alliances, all watched over by the goddess Tevra. The Reapers have ignored Tevra so far, its science stations and moon-based mining equipment offering little strategic importance. It is likely that a destroyer will eventually be sent here to exterminate any civilians. Okay? Tevura? Let's see what we got here. Athame. Or Athame or something like that. Let's go with Athame. Athame is a hydrogen-helium gas giant with spectacular rings. The planet's apparent magnitude varies when seen from Thessia based on atmospheric conditions and relative distance. To the ancient Asari, the mysterious star that shone in some months and disappeared in others was linked to fortune, and so it was named Athame after the matriarch of the pantheon and a goddess of prophecy and fate. Athame's worship changed over time, eventually becoming the basis for a monotheistic religion, in which her maiden, matron, and matriarch aspects oversaw all stages and roles in Asari society. When an Asari says, by the goddess, they are referring to Athame. Like Janiri, the planet Athame served as a rally point during the Reaper invasion, where fleeing Asari ships could discharge their drive cores so they could make another FTL jump. The Reapers were forced to chase the Asari away from the planet, buying Thessia valuable time. So, Athame is the goddess. Interesting. okay, there we go. So we can come here for fuel too. Janiri. Janiri is a hydrogen-helium gas giant named for an ancient Asari goddess of seasons, storms, and agriculture. With the advent of the Ciari religion, Janiri's holy day, Janiris, became largely secular, but is still celebrated on worlds with Asari influence. During the Reaper attack on Thessia, the Asari Armada used Janiri as a staging base for their hit-and-run attacks on the invading Reapers, striking, jumping to FDL to lose pursuers, and discharging the static into Janiri's magnetic field as they prepared for another attack. This forced the Reapers to mount a counteroffensive to drive the Asari away from the planet, using ships that would otherwise have been used hammering Thessia itself. Oh, good for the Asari. But of course, the Reapers are masters of adapting, so they're gonna basically figure out that full strategy soon. PRS. The lifeless sister planet to Thessia lacks water and oxygen. It is covered instead with deserts. The air is a mix of carbon dioxide and ethane. The manageable temperatures and gravity on Pyrrhus led to a heavy exploitation for mineral wealth in the beginning of the Asari space age. Today, Pyrrhus is largely mined out. Pyrrhus is named for an ancient Asari goddess of death, who was not only seen as a malefic figure, but also as one who guided Asari spirits on their final journey. From her home in the stars, she could grant the Asari who had lost a lover the ability to restore them to life in another body. This legend, heavily modified, formed the basis of a recent, highly profitable human sim called Nekia Corridor. The Reapers targeted Pyrrhus from orbit, the population too small to bother harvesting. Wreckage of the old domed cities and spaceports dots the landscape. I gotta wonder why you would want to live in a place like this when the rest of the galaxy exists. Like, don't get me wrong, like, it makes sense that there were habitations there if they were mining it at one point, but why would you stay once the resources were gone? I don't know. Anyway, the Thessia, we'll come back to that one last. And Corinth. Wrapped in a crushing haze of hydrogen and methane, Corinth is named for an Asari goddess of war and hunting, the two being similar in the Asari mindset. The planet is particularly bright in Thessia's morning and evening skies, enough to cast noticeable shadows on the moonless nights. Understandably, warriors and hunters operated at night. We're grateful for Corinth's blessing. The planet was never heavily exploited for minerals. Early Asari explorers focused on the asteroid belt, and by the time the robo-mining machines were created to withstand the intense heat, more lucrative planets were already in the star charts. Modern charts record several scientific stations orbiting the planet, but it appears that they've been destroyed by the Reapers. Okay, so it's like their Venus there. Thessia. The Asari homeworld has been called the crown jewel of the galaxy, the apex of democracy, the beating heart of galactic love. Its republics have a remarkably low incidence of war, disease, violent crime, or famine, riding a stable economy backed by wealthy colonies in Thessia's vast Element Zero reserves. Traces of Ezo in the water and the soil are so common that most of the life on Thessia has adapted to its presence. Thessia's fortunes have been upended by the Reaper assault. Their communications infrastructure that forms the backbone of the society's e-democracies has been eliminated. Millions are without power, water, or food, and move to coerce the Asari into widespread surrender. This is a necessary part of the Reaper strategy, since husks alone have a difficulty disarming or capturing a population full of biotics. Population 5.5 billion, 33,000 in the orbital stations, both of those being pre-invasion estimates. Let's do some scanning. I doubt we're gonna get anything, honestly. Even though this is a system that's currently under Reaper attack. I mean, we're basically here as like, oh, there we go. I was going to say as like observers, but it does seem that we can get something here. I mean, the Reapers aren't coming after us because I have to assume that they're actually engaged with the Asari fleet at the moment. Okay, Asari cruiser Sabine, which I'm glad to have that as a war asset and all, but it's strange that they wouldn't stay behind to help protect Thessia. Okay. Or a Sony. Okay, outermost one is that interestingly colored gas giant. The Gallic. The system's only gas giant has rings laced with the faintest traces of Element Zero dust, likely an extrasolar asteroid pulverized by a collision with the planet's moons. Collecting and refining the Ezo in dust form is a long and costly process. The Elkos Combine sought the mineral rights to a Gallic from the matriarchs of Thessia, but the Reaper invasion stopped any deal from going through. The equipment here is undamaged by Reapers. The attack on Nightcall likely taking a priority. Okay, so I was like, Nightcall? Well, I've not seen the name before, and it's like, oh, it's another planet here. And like, it's likely that one right over there. Krala. After half the crew of his survey ship died in a freak accident, the ship's captain named this desert planet Krala after an ancient Asari demon of misfortune. Krala is said to delight in thwarting carefully laid plans at the last moment, tripping apparent success towards utter disaster. Legend says she only targets those whose plans are long in the making, an obvious warning against hubris for a race whose plans tend to stretch over centuries. Interesting. Let's scan. Okay, so even though this system doesn't show up as Reaper occupied on the map, there are definitely Reapers here. Thysione. Thysione's surface is a desert of lime streaked with sodium banks. The only real features of note are empty calderas scattered around the fault line, suggesting Thysione was once more geologically active. While average temperatures are near habitable, Thysione has not retained a protective atmosphere and is thus a third-tier world unlikely to be terraformed. Okay, and Nightcall. Nightcall is a lush planet with an overabundance of photosynthetic life, leading to oxygen concentrations greater than most garden worlds. This is tolerable for a few hours, but oxygen toxicity becomes a real danger. Asari colonies use breathers in sealable buildings. Nightcall's economy centers on agribusiness and biotechnology. Many genetically modified crops have their origins here. Aware that the Reaper's plan of attack is to bombard industrial cities and enslave population centers, Nightcall soldiers and civilians alike have retreated to the planet's impenetrable jungles. A terrestrial guerrilla war may not be enough to push the Reapers off the planet, but it has proven successful at immobilizing the enemy and forcing them to commit more resources here for little gain. Colony founded in 177, population 7.3 million before the invasion, capital Arolis. This is interesting. The whole too much oxygen and all that. The fact that the Asari are actually giving the Reapers a little bit of money on the planet.
Signal confirmed.
Come back
Reapers
for
eluded.
what we can find on a Gallic. I've always been skeptical that a planet with too high of an oxygen concentration can last for very long, just because you get such strong fires every single time there's a... We got Asari research ships there, but you get such big fires every single time there's like a lightning strike that you basically burn down a huge amount of those forests pretty rapidly.
Faster than light jump successful.
Like, there absolutely was a period in time of Earth's history where much of the planet was covered in like coniferous forests and stuff like that, but that eventually ended. 350 units of fuel.
Reapers eluded.
Because the whole way that you have to balance carbon dioxide and oxygen in the atmosphere, like you obviously don't have to have anywhere near the amount of carbon dioxide as you need oxygen, but you do need carbon dioxide for plant formation and stuff like that. Benez. The ice giant Benez is the outermost gas giant of the Tomorrow system. It likely formed closer to the system's star and migrated outward over time. A debris field of scrap metal near the planet suggests the Reapers have been here. Okay. Let's see. Lucia looks to be the garden world of the system. Prenoia? Prenoia is a methane ammonia gas giant notable for large deposits of platinum discovered by Lucia colonists on the largest moon. Asari have been selling their precious metal used in some medical equipment to the Serta Foundation for less than its market value. The discount may single-handedly have saved Serta from bankruptcy, a debt that is rapidly being repaid galaxy-wide through Serta's humanitarian efforts. The Reaper presence in the system has no doubt cut off the supply to the Foundation. Serta Foundation is, of course, the ones who do the metagel. Let's see. Nagalan. Nagalan is a hydrogen-helium gas giant. The Reapers have destroyed its fueling infrastructure. During the Lucia campaigns that started the Krogan rebellions, Nagalan was the site of the Krogan warlord Kredak's ultimate defeat, as his flagship was discharging his drive core and undergoing repairs. An Asari commando team snuck on board and detonated resident warp bombs, sacrificing their lives to destroy the vessel through explosive decompression. Oof. Must have been drastic times. Lucia. The Krogan rebellions began on the Asari colony of Lucia. After centuries of unabated expansion, the Krogan finally forced the Council's hand when they tried to annex this world. Aware that in a generation Lucia could be a staging base for an invasion of Thessia, the Council came to the colony's aid. They cut the Krogan supply lines off at Thessia's mass relay, inflicted heavy casualties. The Krogan here surrendered, but others across the galaxy were enraged. Lucia had became a catalyst for a much greater war. More than a millennium later, Lucia finds itself once again in danger. Though the Asari have lost the high ground of space, the colony's webbed defense grid remains at least partially functional. Land, sea, and air forces are striking wherever they can, determined to resist until the end. Colony founded in 505 BC, population 2.2 billion, that's pre-invasion, and the capital is Minoe. Interesting, okay. So yeah, I mean, they're used to war. You'd think that they'd have some pretty good defenses there. I mean, it has been 1,000 years, though, so...
I found something.
Oh, there's some gas. Pick that up. But I think we need to check that other little gas giant. It's right on the edge of the system where the Reapers are, so we're gonna have to be quick. Nope, nothing there. So where is it then? Ah, okay.
Evasion successful.
I don't know. I thought I'd scanned over there. Maybe I didn't. Well, obviously I didn't, because otherwise I would have seen this. Oh, it's straight up again, so that means it's on the other side of the planet. Asari cruiser Nefrane.
Reapers eluded.
Okay. Let's get over to Vernio. Alright, so looks like we got, what, 5 planets here? Yeah. And an asteroid belt, which might have some stuff in it. In fact, why don't we do a quick scan of the asteroid belt, see if there's anything that's right here. I don't see anything. Okay. Polisa. Polisa is a ringed gas giant composed of hydrogen, helium, and traces of ammonia. It has 26 moons, but the Asari extracted the most valuable resource deposits from all of them long ago. The facilities have largely been forgotten in the face of greater excitement among the system's inner planets. Okay. Let's see, this one, another gas giant. Looks like it's got some glowing rings on the backside of it there, so... Tritogenith. The Asari have set up research stations on the largest moon of Tritogenith, a gas giant, in order to observe the eventual collision of Promoves and Sotera. A Reaper troop transport can be seen here, indicating that the Reaper sent a small force to capture or kill the station staff. Why they did not destroy the station outright is a mystery. It could be that the direct collision of 2 planets is so rare that even the Reapers wish to observe the results. They show up. Ooh, yeah, let's hang out here. Oh, wow. Look at that. Same orbit. Sotera and Promoves. Within 3 years, Promoves will slam into the neighboring planet Sotera and suffer an apocalyptic transformation. Asari explorers searching for life in Promoves's hydrocarbon morass were relieved to find none. Promoves's methane ammonia atmosphere is likely to ignite when it mingles with Sotera's oxygen, and both planets will shatter under the force of the collision. And Sotera. Sotera's atmosphere retains a modest amount of oxygen, but it is too hot to support life that relies upon liquid water. This is fortunate because projections show that Sotera will collide with Promoves, a planet crossing its orbit, within the next 3 years. The impact is expected to pulverize both of the worlds while forming new asteroids and moons. The Asari have constructed research stations at safe distances to record this rare event. And lastly, Nauti. Nauti is a rocky planet with a crushing atmosphere. Thick clouds have created a runaway greenhouse effect, locking in the brutal heat from the yellow-white star Vernio. Much of Nauti's surface is brittle rock with deposits of molten metal. Interesting. Okay, let's scan. Nothing. Not here then. Huh.
Signal confirmed.
There we go. Polisa. What you got for me, Polisa? Hesperia period statue. Okay. Still gotta be fuel somewhere though. do some scanning and run from the Reapers when we need to. There it is.
Faster than light.
This is fun to just sidestep it. What do we got here? 400 units of fuel. Okay.
Evasion successful.
Now then. Oh, I haven't been to Iolessa. Man, there's a lot of fuel burning here. Good thing I've been getting enough from these different systems. Okay. Wow, this is a big system. Nocia. Scans show little of value on Nocia, aside from sizable copper deposits near the equator. The only landmark of note is the wreck of a Krogan freighter, a remnant of attacks on the system during the later half of the Krogan rebellions. Latter half is what that is supposed to be pronounced as. Let's see. Here we go. Yeah, I figured that would trigger the Reapers a little bit, but I wanted to see about that planet that's far away from everything else. Tricolon. Tricolon is a small rock planet that was home to centuries-old Asari venture called the Tiri Super Collider. This massive particle accelerator encircled the entire planet at an orbital distance. When political sea change among the Asari republics led to funding cuts, human scientists stepped in with the credits and labor to finish the project, renaming the Susskind Super Collider. It came online just days before the Reapers invaded the galaxy. When the Reapers entered the system, they dispatched a swarm of capital ships toward Tricolon, treating the Super Collider as a greater threat than the Asari naval fleet stationed at Sanves. They blasted it apart, sending debris hurtling to Tricolon's surface. Several ships carrying Super Collider staff escaped before the Reapers hit. Okay, two things. First of all, that is incredibly impressive that they managed to build this massive Super Collider. Next, it's horrible that it was finished right before the Reaper invasion. And third, it's really interesting that the Reapers thought this thing was a bigger threat than the Asari fleet. You have to wonder why. What was the thought process there? Because I really would like to know that. I'm going to scan here too.
I found
something. Hey, there we go. Oh, they didn't like that. Let's see. Asari engineers, that makes sense. Okay, now we're just going to be looking for fuel, I guess, but anyway, xylium. A hydrogen-helium gas giant, xylium once provided fuel for the ships flying to and from Sanves. The equipment here was noted for its efficiency. Business flourished in the orbital stations, which promised roomy bunks, hydroponic food, and attention from charming Asari hostesses, while ships refueled. These stations are now blasted metal, and there's no fuel, aid, or comfort here. God, think about all the civilians that have just died in situations like that. Ilmnos. The once rich thorium reserves of Ilmnos have long been mined out, mostly by remote Asari drones that operate well enough in the planet's heat and trace atmosphere pressure. There is little reason to visit this harsh world until further deposits are discovered. Well, especially right now. Sanves. The hospitable nitrogen-oxygen atmosphere, temperate climate, and sprawling wilderness of Sanves made the planet a popular tourist destination. Large tracts of untamed forest surrounding the capital drew in millions of sightseers, game hunters, and biologists. The Asari, mindful of how rapid expansion has damaged ecologies on other planets, restricted settlements. After destroying the colony's navy and anti-air defenses, Reapers landed infantry units to subjugate the local population. Destroyers keep watch in orbit, and the capital ships apparently are elsewhere fighting bigger battles. Colony founded in 544 BC, population 975 million, that's pre-invasion, with a capital of Athena. So that's amazing. They have nearly 1 billion people on the planet. That's, of course, with it being limited immigration. I mean, that must have been just an incredibly beautiful world. Okay, let's do the fuel scanning. Hey, wow, that was lucky. I don't know if that's ever happened before for me. 500 units of fuel, beautiful. Let's leave immediately.
Reapers eluded.
And we're done in the Athena Nebula. Of course, we're going to have to come back here once Thessia, once we have to go to Thessia. Thessia is already being invaded, I was about to say. Once Thessia faces the invasion, like I said, they are already being invaded, but we don't have a mission there yet. Alright, to the Citadel. Okay. We're not visiting Anderson's apartment yet. That's going to be the next video. For now, we are going to dock at the normal docks. Okay, let's see if there's anybody to talk to in this area. Oh.
I recovered Prothean data drives from Garvug. I'll have them brought here.
Commander Shepard, thank you. I'm sure that'll help with any operation we have going.
Let's see if there's anybody else around here. I'd forgotten that that's where we got that mission to go to Garvug. Let's see.
You're sure of what you saw?
Yes, Sergeant.
Heard from your brother since then?
No, Sergeant.
All right, Talavi. I'll see if I can get you fighting Reapers instead of Cerberus.
Thank you, ma'am.
That's kind of her.
You won't thank me so much when you're eye-deep in husks.
Let's see. Anybody else here? No. Okay. Let's keep on going then.
Shepard, if you're feeling up to it, I thought we could do something fun for a change.
Yeah.
Shepard, glad you came.
What'd you have in mind?
Something that doesn't involve fighting Reapers.
I don't think they've conquered the bar yet.
I already scoped it out. But then I thought, if this was my last day alive, I'd actually like to remember it.
So?
So, I had an idea.
This is pretty cool.
Where are we going?
Somewhere we're not supposed to.
Some things never change, do they?
Ever have that one thing you always wanted to do before you died, Shepard?
Too busy trying to live. What's yours?
The whole time I worked at CSEC, I'd stare up at the top of the Presidium and say to myself, I want to go up there. But I never did. There were 137 regulations telling me I couldn't.
So you got them changed?
No. Now I just don't give a damn. Figured it's time to do something stupid just for the hell of it. Might be the last chance we ever get. A little busier than I imagined.
How about a dive in the pool?
You obviously haven't seen Turians swim. It's a lot of flailing and splashing, interrupted by occasional bouts of drowning.
You're right. I just have to save your ass again.
It'd make up for all the times I pulled your ass out of the fire. Noveria, Pharos, Ilos. We've had a hell of a ride, haven't we, Shepard?
Times like these, you know who your real friends are. They're not the ones running around looking for an escape route. They're the ones who stand at your side through the worst of it. Who never give up on you. I'm lucky I can say I know someone like that.
So am I. You're not going to propose marriage now, are you? Now, before we head back, there is one thing we're going to settle. Once and for all. I'm not saying you don't know how to handle a gun, just saying some of us know how to make it dance. So, let's find out who's really the best shot.
There are a few people in the galaxy who've seen me in action, Garrus. They seemed impressed.
Yeah, but I've actually seen you dance, Shepard.
All right, Vicarian. You're going down.
And don't worry, I loaded it with practice slugs for when you miss.
I was gonna say, this
that was
an entire...
Let you build up your confidence.
There's a whole roll
of
cars going by.
Book. Nobody alive can do this, not even Commander Shepard. Give me a tough one. I said a tough one.
Step aside. Do it.
I'm Garrus Vicarian, and this is now my favorite spot on the Citadel.
It's windy up here.
Think I'm going to erect a monument right here. Bronze this gun so the whole galaxy knows.
That you're the king of the bottle shooters. Glad you're around, Garrus. Never know when the bottles might revolt.
That's good. The sad thing is, like, I feel like this is showing us that we're now getting to the second half of the game here, because it's almost like these are kind of like our goodbye things to each individual characters. Should we or they die in the end.
Who were those people you were with?
Bunch of mercs from Omega. Signed on with them when I heard they were making a hit on Cerberus. Should have started the job longer.
Who were those people you were with?
Oh.
Bunch of mercs from Omega.
Alright.
Signed on with them when I heard they were making a hit on Cerberus.
Yeah, that's just leftover dialogue from when we were working with him before. James is still playing poker, it seems. We may as well go check in on that.
I don't believe it. I know. You don't have to say anything, but I'm about to make my comeback.
Okay.
Hey there.
Hey.
Looking mighty low. You okay? Anyone been bothering you?
No, it's not that. I'm fine.
Ah, I see. So, any news?
No, they just... Their shuttle must be real slow, that's all. Do you think they're okay? They promised they'd come get me, no matter what they had to do. It's been so long.
I don't know, kid. I'm sure they'd be happy knowing you're safe.
It's just... I miss them. I miss them so much.
Now arriving at ward level purgatory.
Anyhow, enough about my armor. Let's find the gang and celebrate while I'm still here. Where'd you park?
I took rapid transit.
Come on, you have the fanciest ride on the Citadel. And I saw that new paint job.
I sold it a couple of weeks ago.
What? But you loved that car.
I know.
You never shut up about that car.
I know.
If you remember, he was talking about his great new armor that just magically got sent to him. Let's see. Okay, looks like Joker and Edie are over here. Oh, there they are. Is that Garrus as well? No, okay.
Hey, Commander. I was just about to get us another round.
Another round? What is she doing with it?
So, looks like you two are having fun.
Yes. Joker has been smiling and laughing at a significantly higher rate since he and I agreed upon a relationship. I mean, he is happier.
It seemed like you two might make a good match.
I was not so certain. When I first presented this body to Jeff, he seemed aloof.
Really? What did Joker say?
He said I didn't have to conform to some feminine ideal in order to impress him. I then called him on his bullshit, and we then proceeded to talk normally. After your encouragement, his attitude exhibited signs of change. He said he was reluctant, but you convinced him to go for it.
I might have helped a little.
I see. Thank you for your support, Shepard. This is proving to be an illuminating experience.
Alright. It's interesting to me that she chooses to walk around looking like that. Like, looking like Edie, I mean, when she has the full ability to go full infiltration. And probably would make a lot of people a lot less nervous. Not saying that's up to her to do that, but it kind of feels like something that she would want to do. Okay, let's go ahead and... Wait, did I miss something here? Cortez. Huh. I don't see him. It says he's supposed to be at the lower bar. Maybe the map's just not right. Maybe he's up here?
I'm not screwing the Alliance.
Since when are you so chummy with those pricks?
Screw you. You've been watching the news?
Sure.
Know what's happening to Earth while we're sitting here?
Calm down already.
Oh, there he is.
Shepard, you made it. Come have a drink with me.
You're looking happy?
You had it right. Yesterday can't change. Tomorrow, we might all be dead. Today is what matters. I'm not wasting it.
I wouldn't have thought a club would be to your tastes.
You don't have to get all hot and bothered to appreciate graceful dancing. There's an energy here. There's life. And some of the eye candy in the crowd isn't too shabby either.
The eye candy on the stage is fine by me.
Good. I sure don't need you as competition. Here.
To you, Steve.
And to you, Shepard. A good friend when I needed one most. Thank you. For everything.
Conversation felt a little clunky. Okay. Let's go ahead and get to the hospital.
Now arriving at Huerta Memorial Hospital.
Oh yeah, here we go.
So you went back to the farm.
We snuck down the hill. We were hungry, filthy. They'd turned the towel into a kind of tunic. They'd cleaned up the bodies to make more husks, I figured. But there were still farmers alive. They were being held prisoner. And Naira was there, directing the other forces. I could see her. I got within 10 meters of her. If I just had my gun.
What happened next?
I got to the prisoners. The farm girl unlocked their restraints, and that's when they all started screaming.
Okay, well, either they assumed that she was like her friend who's been indoctrinated, or I don't know, maybe they themselves were becoming Reaper forces. Anybody else here? Let's take a look at the map. I've got to keep looking at the damn map. Wait, okay, so he's out in the entry. Oh, there he is.
Hey, Shepard. I'm glad to see you. I know things are crazy right now.
Exactly. So you have to take the moments when you can. What's going on with the Crucible?
That project is crazy. Freaking huge. And all these brilliant minds are working night and day trying to figure it out. I wish you could see them. Heads down, piecing it together. It's something to see. We'll get this Crucible built, Shepard. And then, we'll win this thing. I feel it. Do you feel it?
Yeah, sure, I feel it. And I'm counting on you and everyone there. Get it done.
Believe it.
It was interesting to meet Bryn. How is she?
She's great, actually. It's good to see her work without the distraction of having to worry about the colony.
And you and her?
We're having a baby, Shepard.
Hey.
Wow. Congratulations.
Wasn't exactly planned, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna be a better father than mine was. Do the whole thing right. It's,
One more thing to fight for.
You got that right. Bryn wants to name it after you.
Really?
Yeah. Shepard.
That's nice.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk her out of it. No offense.
None taken.
Good.
So what's going on with you? You still like what you're doing?
Things are good. I'm good.
Still not tempted to come back to the Normandy?
Always tempted, Shepard. But no.
So, you working on the Crucible?
Don't get me wrong. I'm smart, but not that smart. Hackett keeps me busy, though.
How's he doing?
Holding up. If they make old guys any tougher than that, I'd like to see it.
All right.
I'm glad we had time to talk.
Me too. Gotta take the moments when you can. So true. And Shepard, thanks again for getting my people out alive.
Take care, Jacob.
You too, Shepard. I'm thinking about you out there. Stay safe.
All right. Wait, oh, sorry for blocking your way there. Let's see, nothing there.
Thank you for shopping.
Okay. Only one spot left, I think, the embassies.
Spectre
Oh, no, actually, there's,
Please
the
select a destination.
Presidium.
One moment.
I think I know which project you mean. And I've got a Hesperia period statue in Bay D24.
Commander Shepard, that's excellent news. I'll have it sent to that project right away. Thank you so much for your help.
Let's see, anything else? I think we already brought him his thing. Take a look at the map. Yep, Liara down in the Meridian Marketplace.
But I would be contacted if she were injured, correct?
Weshra, I have an audio log for you.
For me? Where did this come? Oh no. Oh, Tasha. Thank you for bringing this back. At least I know what happened.
That sucks. Okay, right, Liara.
You sure you don't want to do something a little more exciting?
I love this part of the Presidium. It reminds me of where I grew up.
Where's that?
Armali, back on Thessia. My mother and I lived beside a park. I spent hours there.
Doing what?
Reading, exploring, getting in trouble digging for ruins in the grass.
You're kidding.
I was very young.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cute.
No one else thought it was funny. Oh, the lecture my mother gave me. But she did buy me my first history book the next day. I miss her, Shepard.
What was she like?
She was confident and kind. She loved to wear yellow. I thought she was the most beautiful woman in the world.
You'll be okay, Liara.
Maybe you're right. Thank you, Shepard. I feel better. I wish we could spend more time together like this. Just friends.
What?
Friends doesn't cut it for me anymore,
What?
Liara.
Wow, that sounds serious.
We've been in a relationship since the
I am
first Mass
serious.
Effect.
Whatever happens, I'd like to spend my life with you.
Then you're extremely lucky that I feel that way too.
I know.
Interesting. Okay, I don't know, that's confusing to me, because that felt like... I don't know. Okay, anyway. That felt like starting from a position where it's like, we were just buddies for Mass Effect 1 and 2, and now we're proposing marriage or something? I don't know. It didn't feel quite right. Anyway, the fact that she was talking about just being friends, for example, and all that. Let's see. Alright, get to the embassy, I guess. Actually, let me check my journal, make sure there's nothing else that we need to hand in anywhere else. Okay, I didn't see anything else, so... let's just go ahead and get to the embassies, and see if there's anything perhaps that we can purchase from the Spectre store, and get from the Spectre requisitions and all that.
Now arriving at Presidium Embassy.
Oh, Javik.
Hell of a view, isn't it?
During our war, this place became a myth to my people. A dream glimpsed only in the memory shards. The Citadel was both the heart of our civilization and its demise.
The Reapers hit here first, didn't they?
No one I knew had ever seen the Citadel. To be here now, I don't know what to think.
It might not seem like much, but a Prothean is standing on the Citadel, alive. That's a victory in itself.
Perhaps. When things were at their darkest, we used to tell stories, imagining the wonders of this place. The seat of our empire, the power to sway worlds. The galaxy belonged to us.
Nowadays, a lot of races have embassies here.
It's true then. You share power with the rest?
It's not perfect, but it's kept the peace. Most of the time.
Pardon me. This one has been listening. This one suspects you are a Prothean.
Athena, I remember your kind when you were still minnows in the ocean.
This one is unworthy. This one has seen the face of an enkindler.
They consider your kind to be their gods.
A pity we did not teach them to speak better.
You're really a Prothean?
I am.
But if you lost the last war, what hope do we have?
For many, there may be no hope. The Reapers killed trillions in my cycle. The odds of being among the...
I don't think that's gonna work.
But you are still alive now. That alone is a miracle. And you still have the power to fight. My people knew your kind when you were young. Turian, Asari, Hana. There was potential in all of you. Now you must seize that potential and become the weapon you are meant to be. The weapon that tells the Reapers we are not machines. We are alive, and we will fight back.
Thank you. That meant a lot. Commander Shepard, it must be an honor to have a Prothean fighting alongside you.
He's starting to learn his way around. Javik is one of the best soldiers I've ever seen.
The commander is a capable warrior as well, for a human who once lived in caves. Thank you, Commander. I've enjoyed my time here, walking among the young. I will see you back on the Normandy.
I love his perspective on all the species. Let's take a look at the map. Okay, so Miranda is here, and so is Samara. Okay. It's funny that yesterday I was playing a game with the same voice actor as Commander Bailey, and I wasn't even realizing it, but yeah, General Tullius is also the same voice actor as Commander Bailey. Let's see. Nope, for some reason I thought one of them was in here, but no. Let's see, anybody back here? Nope. Let's go to the Spectre office.
Spectre status recognized.
Alright, terminal. Okay. Transfer authorization to Private Talavi. Private Talavi has requested a transfer to a unit not actively engaged against Reaper forces. A note from Sergeant Alimbe says that Private Talavi is an exceptional engineer, recommending her for duty on a team set to sabotage Reaper processing centers. Spectre authorization would fast-track this process. Yes. First, a Rune financial report. This financial report is for top-level embassy access only. According to financial estimates, the First Arun Investment Trust, a division of Elko's Combine, the Citadel races cannot sustain the cost of the war effort for more than 1 year. Although military spending has stimulated certain market sectors, shortages and rationing in other areas have depressed the financial system. Civilian discretionary spending has fallen, except in entertainment areas like escapist vids and drinking. First Arun is borrowing heavily to provide funds for key functions across the Citadel, but if the war does not end within the next year, galactic financial collapse is inevitable. Holy crap. So we literally are 1 year away from the collapse of everything. Oh my god. Spectre requisitions, let's see. Turian specific toxin, let's purchase that. Anything else? I think that's it. Okay. So we can bring that to the hospital now, but... man. Wait, so Miranda and Samara are supposed to be here. Said Miranda was supposed to be in the Spectre office. She in here, maybe? No. What? That can't be... the map has to be wrong. Let's go ahead and check out the main lobby area. Oh, there's Samara, but where's Miranda?
I hoped you'd come. I won't remain here much longer.
What are you doing on the Citadel, Samara?
I suppose I came to say goodbye. Falair is safe, and Rila is at rest. I felt the need to speak to you before heading to battle. I want you to know there is no one else I'd rather see leading us in our last hours.
No.
We'll make the galaxy proud. The largest fleet in history is already on our side.
It is impressive. Most would have deemed such an alliance impossible. But Shepard, be sure to assess your force's strengths and weaknesses before setting out.
What are the other Justicars doing for the war?
Most have made it home.
They will attempt to hold Thessia. With the odds we face, it's possible our order will no longer exist after this war.
There's that few of you?
Our numbers were never great. We must prepare to sacrifice ourselves, if that is what's required.
You know, I never asked you if your code has anything useful on fighting Reapers.
Treat them as any other enemy. Show no quarter, mercy, or weakness. The only difference is the scale of our foe. The code is too strict to account for such small discrepancies.
Is that how you see it too?
You yourself killed a Reaper on the Citadel, and then another on Tuchanka. I can only follow such bravery.
Will Falair be all right in the monastery? Or what's left of it?
We spoke for some time. It won't be easy. But if there is a way to survive, Falair will find it. It was good to see her again. Perhaps it's unseemly for a Justicar to dwell so much on her family.
I'm just happy things worked out.
I was fortunate that Falair saw things so clearly. And it would have turned out quite differently without your intervention. Thank you.
Good luck out there, Samara.
You as well. I don't know if you believe in such things, but Goddess go with you, Shepard. We'll both be tested in fire, soon enough.
Alright. Still wondering where the hell Miranda is. Alright, here's what I'm going to try. I'm going to try going to the hospital, handing off that toxin, and coming back here. Because maybe Samara or Javik were taking up a spot where Miranda was supposed to be.
Spectre status.
I overheard what you said. I found this at a Cerberus station. A poison tailored to Turians.
Let me see. Yes, I think this is it. With these schematics, we should be able to come up with an antidote. Thank you. The General might pull through because of this.
Alright. Okay. Again, back to the embassies. Still showing Spectre office, but that's not right. Oh, okay.
Good to see you're all right, Shepard.
Miranda, what's going on?
Couldn't meet in person. The Citadel is too dangerous right now. I heard about the attempted coup.
Yeah. With Kai Lang's help, Udina nearly seized control.
Kai Lang? That slippery bastard's still alive?
He's alive, and right in the middle of all this.
That complicates things. I'll be on my guard. Look, I don't have much time, but I learned what happened to my sister.
Where is she?
I don't know that yet, but my father was definitely responsible. If he's done anything to her, I'll kill him.
Miranda.
Shepard, listen. I'm being hunted by Cerberus assassins. A lot of them. I need to stay out of sight.
What? Why?
I heard a rumor, maybe more, that my father is working on something for the Elusive Man. Something big.
Why would your father be working with the Elusive Man? Especially now.
My father is ruthless about preserving his legacy.
Legacy?
He has an obsession with making his mark in history, ensuring his dynasty lasts forever.
And you think the Elusive Man made him an offer?
Exactly.
Whatever's going on with your father can't be good. We have to figure this out.
I agree, but I need to do this myself. It's time I stopped running from him.
You're sure?
Yes. I can't think straight until I know Ori is safe.
Be careful.
I can't promise that, Shepard. Could you?
No. I couldn't.
Okay. Alright, let's get back to the ship. Okay. Let's check email first. Nothing? Okay. War assets, and then we'll be done with this video. Okay, let's see what we got here. Alliance. Alliance Engineering Corps, my guess is we got something new here. Prothean data drives discovered by Sonax engineers, or Sonax Industries, have been turned over to the Alliance engineers. The base of a Hesperia period statue is covered in Prothean writing. Translations have proven useful to the engineers working on the Prothean device. Okay, Alliance 3rd Fleet. There it is. Human forces fighting Cerberus took losses due in part to shortage of engineers in the Alliance 3rd Fleet. That's weird. I wonder what that'd be referencing. What exactly we do to cause that? I don't know. Asari cruiser in Nefrain. The Asari cruiser in Nefrain is named for a lost city said to be buried in the ice at Thessia's South Pole. The cruiser still carries scars from the scores of Geth fighters it took on during the Battle of the Citadel in 2183. The crew refuses to have the scars removed, considering them to be marks of honor, and a reminder of how close they came to annihilation. It's pretty interesting that they have a city buried in ice at Thessia's South Pole. Well, they say said to be buried, so it could be that it's just a myth. Asari research ships. The Asari scientists in Orasoni had isolated themselves to prevent academic and corporate theft of their work. They've been researching new polymers, looking for a material with high heat resistance and zero conductivity that is dirt cheap to produce. One of their prototype materials appears ideal in insulating the crucible's venting chambers. Asari cruiser Sabine. The Sabine is an Asari cruiser class warship. A mix-up during cruiser construction left it with an unusually large drive core, and engineers redesigned the ship around the excessive power source. The Sabane's unusually robust engines provide enough energy to generate kinetic barriers normally reserved for dreadnoughts. Impressive. Asari engineers. The graceful soaring spires common to the Asari architecture look deceptively delicate, but Thessia's palaces, universities, and theaters have stood longer than most civilizations. Asari architectural engineers dispatched to the Crucible are testing the weapon's construction to make sure it can withstand tremendous amounts of pressure. If built improperly, stress could tear the Crucible in half upon activation. Okay, Turian. Turian 6th Fleet. I think this is, yeah. Commander Shepard recovered a neurotoxin formula from a Cerberus lab, using it to make an antidote for a poisoned Turian general. Of course, I didn't actually do that. I found that on the Spectre Requisitions terminal. But, whatever. Anyway. Okay, well that's going to do it for this video. In the next video, we're going to do the last little piece of DLC that there is. At least I think it's the last piece of DLC.
Commander.
And we're going to go after, well, we're going to go to Anderson's apartment. And it's a really weird DLC. I'm just gonna say that. It's not at all what I was expecting when I first played through it. Anyway, this has been the Resolute Cartographer. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time.